Press cross button.
Are you ready for a new operation?
I am never not ready.
Do you require support?
Fuck off. Let's go.
Welcome back to The Upload. Today we're talking about cryptocurrency. Crypto now seems like were you an early
suspect
adopter?
or suspects?
I was one of the first financial transactions, a new way of money. It's something that we could completely reinvent and change some of the legacy financial systems around the world and really give people
There's a real shift in the way that the world works, and let's recap the basics. So, central to cryptocurrency is the distributed ledger technology, the tech that keeps track of all transactions. And what this means is you can have a decentralized system without having to trust any one party, like old-fashioned banks.
One of the reasons why I got involved so early was that you could save
Yeah, the features of cryptocurrency very much fit into that early mindset. It was all about finding an alternative to centralized systems. It was kind of a countercultural punk ethos. The whole point of the distributed ledger is you're not trusting anyone. It's all out there in the open for anyone to see, and yet you can remain secretive.
But not everybody now wants to keep up this crypto legacy. They don't share this attitude anymore. We've seen institutions, businesses, even governments experimenting with crypto, which doesn't really fit into its original radical counterculture mold.
Yeah, it's kind of weird today to think of people not using cryptocurrency. It's so
Any other patrols have eyes on the suspect, over?
I'm almost nostalgic for the feel of cash. Good old-fashioned paper and coins. First they changed the paper notes to plastic notes, and now it's just all digital. There's nothing to hold on
Add
to.
suspect
It
to
was
the
great just
most
to be able to
wanted
have a
list.
little bit of
Over.
money to carry around with you.
I think the turning point in the UK really came a few years ago when the pound dropped 10% over just one season. People living off started using crypto just as everyone was losing losing faith in the pound,
All units, I
they're
say again,
gaining
all
in
units, we have reports of a
which turned out
hostile
to be
in your
much more
area.
stable.
Over.
Of course, there was the recession. It didn't take long for startups to see an opportunity in this new way of doing finance. A lot of traditional money was converted to crypto, and it really shook up the
No sign of
financial
suspect.
sector.
Can you
Over.
remember when they first introduced crypto cash points?
That was really sneaky. It was a classic startup behaviour. They just installed them everywhere. No consultation with the government, no approval or anything. But people immediately
Control,
started to use
we're
them.
heading
Yeah, it
back.
kind of reminded me of how Bloom put out the Optic. They just made it free and flooded the streets with these devices. Suddenly, everyone had them.
Because it's like people are just going to start using it. No
Urgent
matter
call.
cost.
Possible
Parliament actually
hostile
tried
at
to
your
put a stop
location.
to the cash points, but people were using them so much already. I mean, some parts of London were already using crypto as their primary currency by then.
And now, apparently, or at least in theory, crypto is illegal.
Yeah, in May
Can
this year,
anyone see the
economists
suspect?
found that crypto was being traded more than the pound, and banks were not happy. They basically forced the government to ban cryptocurrency in a last-ditch effort to save the pound.
But it's not like that's worked.
That's it.
People are still
I'm calling
using
off the
crypto,
pursuit.
and it's been pushed further, deeper underground. Things used to work fine with crypto, and it was just a peer-to-peer sharing economy-style system. Now it's all on the dark web and wrapped up again in organised crime.
Yeah, if you want to make something thrive on the black market, just make it illegal.
This is London Calling. You're here with me, Tash, the Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. In today's world, we've all had to get used to our every move being tracked by the optic on our temples, by the cameras around us, and with every click we make online. Seems like everything we do feeds the big data beast. Why are data giants like Bloom so hungry to get hold of our private information and our metadata? What are they using it for? Will we ever have real private lives again? What is privacy in the digital world? And what happens when capitalism and surveillance become one? As you know, we keep all confidential. Speaking from a secure location, here's new technology strategist Charles, who worked all over the world trying to keep democracy strong in the face of a data assault.
If you have enough personal data on someone, you're able you can
Suspect
tell
reported
what
potentially armed and hostile.
mostly you can tell what they fear.
Moving to
If you
intercept.
can tell what someone fears, then you can manipulate them and you can move them in particular directions. Data is collected on citizens. Data is collected through surveillance cameras. Data is collected
The suspect is not complying.
these super smart television sets. Data is collected from voter records. It's collected from how much power do you use in your house and how much water do you use
Control,
in your house. In
I've lost sight of the
pre-crisis Britain, we
target.
got really
Over.
used to all of our services being free. Everything suddenly became free that was digital. But what people forgot is that if you're not paying for it, then you're the product being sold.
Terminating pursuit and coming back.
If technology brings out the worst in capitalism, capitalism brings out the worst in technology. Senior academic Alfie tells us how big business repurposes big data.
Control to all units. Possible hostiles near your location.
Privacy for their convenience as smartphones
Received, we are in pursuit.
came in and became mass consumed, mass used items and technological objects. Gradually, people were so attracted to the affordances of these technologies that privacy
Anyone have
into the
visual?
background
Anyone?
into a state we've got now where it's essentially gone. Having this access to this data makes huge tech companies like Bloom so much more powerful than they would be otherwise, and not just in the office.
Control, we're returning to
Lots of
HQ. Over.
worry and fear over what they can do with the data. They can track anyone, find anyone, see what every individual is doing at any point in time. But I think there's even deeper reasons why this data empowers these huge companies to control our society and make us do things. So lots of predictive technologies which are implemented by these tech giants. It's not only interested in knowing what we're going to do, but influencing the patterns of our movement. So technologies might suggest routes to use in the city, places to go, restaurants to go to, cafes to go to, music to listen to. And these suggestions are not just predicting what we might like to do, they're actually influencing the way citizens move, think, eat, meet, and use their city as a space. So London has become a place where a small group of surveillance capitalist companies like Bloom can control the movements of individuals and orchestrate the way they move around their city and the way they essentially live, the things they do, the things they enjoy and the life they lead. So we're really kind of outsourcing our decision making, I would say, to a huge corporate capitalist company, and that's something very, very scary about that indeed. All these technologies can be used to not only influence us to act as the perfect consumer, but also to prevent us from doing radical and revolutionary things. So technology
Urgent call. Possible hostile at your location.
Features which show where populations are gathering.
I'm in pursuit of the target.
Rewards can be offered to people to take different routes, things like that. Traffic data can be manipulated to prevent people gathering and protesting, as has happened in some of the authoritarian
No sign of the target yet.
Recently. So what we're looking at is not only a set of technologies which make people behave as ideal consumers, but ones which actually can be put to use to prevent radical and destructive.
Negative. Suspect is gone. Issue an APW.
Revolutionary force.
All units, possible suspect or suspects reported near your location. Move into the hostile's location.
Keeping the resistance equal. Keep it. And remember, nobody owes you.
Any sign of the target? Anyone?
Here at Albion, we believe you can be the best, whoever you are. So if you're here illegally and are looking for a way to stay,
I'm terminating
for a way
the
to make a
search.
difference,
Fall back.
we are the way to make that happen.
All units,
If you want to
I
stop
repeat,
worrying
all
and start
units, we have
enforcing,
reports of a hostile in
contact
your area.
Albion.
Over.
Message received.
Signing bonus and citizenship sponsorship available. Albion. Great British values. Great British security.
No sign of the target. Over.
You're listening to The Bug.
May cause nausea, vomiting and headaches. You're listening to The Bug, the Resistance comedy show brought to you by the Buccaneer Network. I'm Andy, joining me, as always.
Target is long
I'm
gone.
excited to be
Disengage.
here. Apparently,
Over and
the
out.
resistance is not going well.
Again? Well, there has been some news about DedSec, the resistance and/or terrorist organisation, delete according to preference. Not preference, sorry, delete according to whether or not you work for the government, SIRS, Bloom, Kellys, or Albion. According to a SIRS official, DedSec is no longer a threat, which I guess is true, in that it was never a threat in the first place. Reminds me of when my great aunt Gladys had her appendix out. Oh, Andy, that surgeon's a real threat, waggling that knife at me, trying to knock me out. What they call a scalpel and an anaesthetic, Gladys. Anyway, if SIRS officials say DedSec is dead and buried, I guess we have to assume that DedSec has never been stronger. But I do worry, Alice. I mean, sometimes I think, is there any hope? Do you still have hope?
I don't think I'm allowed to have hope. We're living in this self-selected, algorithmically propaganda state.
Suspect reported in your area, potentially armed and hostile.
I feel like hope is an
Received.
expensive
We are
thing to buy
trailing the
these days.
target.
I mean, is it all totally pointless? I mean, it can feel pointless. And again, I've spent almost all of my life doing pointless things like watching sport, thinking about sport, thinking about watching sport,
Negative.
learning
No
French,
vision
hoping
of the
for a better
suspect.
future. All completely pointless. But yeah, I've done it, so we might as well carry on. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Yes, I think there is. Unfortunately, what is that light? Is it an oncoming train? Well, no, it couldn't be. Obviously, the train would be late and cancelled.
Calling off the
Is
pursuit.
the light at the end of the tunnel
Over
a
and
burning
out.
effigy of the concept of hope? Quite possibly. Is it the soul of Sky Larson imploding into its own vacuum? May well be. Is it the ego of Nigel Cass that is now so big that it's sucked all the light in the universe into itself? I think that it's most likely is that, but we'll never give up, Bug fans. This resistance will never die. And one day, we will again be free. Free from these technological chains, free to choose our own futures, free to live our own lives, free to waste our time watching people bake cakes and dance badly again. Those were the days. Over. Before we go, time for a quick bug off. I'm going to nominate this week Sky Larson here at the Bug. We are all in favour of strong, powerful women. And in many ways, Sky is the ultimate
Can't win if you don't make the bet. It might be your lucky day.
face for that. What now?
Devices! I can hack any device, guaranteed. Looking to hack your devices. I can crack anything, safely, quickly, cheaply. Hack devices! I can hack any device, guaranteed.
The thing you're after is around here.
Couldn't have gone far.
That's the target. Should be hackable. Transfer complete.
check.
What? Me? Oh, all right.
No movement during the scan. Eyes here, please.
We don't have a problem, right?
You're clear. Move along. Get the fuck out of here! Oh!
Suspects reported in your area, potentially armed and hostile. Received. Mobilizing now. Out.
Don't believe this.
It even acts as a passport.
Control.
No
You're
longer
still on the
have to
suspect.
dig around
Over.
and try and find my old paper passport just to travel somewhere.
The
Also,
bollards are up.
I thought that Optic's marketing strategy, making it free for people, was a
Control,
stroke
I can't
of
see the
genius.
suspect. Please
Genius.
advise.
Bloom was really calculated when it was doing that. It was pushing this draconian device on us at all. Sure, everybody flocked to it. There was
All
free
units
Wi-Fi,
disengage.
phone plans.
Suspect
That
has
definitely
disappeared.
helped, but it wasn't a case of this is a product that you need in your life.
Why do you hate it so much?
It's just the worst because you have to give up your privacy expectations and accept surveillance. It was almost like the government and Bloom didn't even need to make the optic mandatory. Making it mandatory was only to get the last holdouts across the line. If free data didn't convince you, fines and arrests from the state for not having the optic would pretty much be enough.
I mean, what do you mean by privacy problems? No one really talks about that anymore.
They don't talk about it because we don't have any choice when it comes to the optic. Yes, it's convenient and mandatory, but everybody's forgotten what it really means. Here, you've got a whole company owning basically all the data about your life. Bloom can see everything that you can see. Nothing is private anymore. There are so many times when I don't want anyone to have a clue about where I am, who I'm chatting with, what I'm doing. It's not even dodgy stuff, but I just don't want anybody to blackmail me with this in the future by hacking it. And because of Bloom's contracts with the government, it isn't just Bloom that can see everything I do, it's the government. The UK as a state has become a complete surveillance paradise.
I think you're painting a bit of a bleak picture. It's not all that bad.
No, you're completely wrong on this. I don't want everybody tracking me wherever I'm going around London.
Well, in that case, you might be interested in some rumours I heard. Did you hear that some
All units, I repeat,
Are they actually making it
we have
better or
reports of a
usable
hostile
or
in your
actually
area.
friendly
Move
for
to the
everybody?
hostile's location.
Well, word
Over.
on the street is that those teenagers have a chance of becoming a bit more private again, so you could go back and enjoy
Control.
all the great things
I've
about
lost the
Optic
target.
without that fear of surveillance.
With the optic, privacy's dead.
Cream and spice and all things nice. That's what little treats are made
Search
of.
terminated.
Sanjoli's Kitchen. Voted best of the side.
All units, all suspects reported near your location.
You're listening to the
Approaching with caution. Over.
Nausea, vomiting and headaches. Hello, Britain. This is the moment, the show that holds up a mirror to the world. I'm Andy. Joining me, as always, Alice. And
I deny everything.
good stuff.
I had
existed.
them.
Some good
Where
news.
did they go?
At last, there are no medicine shortages, according to the government. None at all. There have been various allegations about that. It turns out they are all fake news. Trademark. There are none. There are no shortages of medicine. Don't take it from me.
Return to HQ. This is pointless.
From our beloved government. It's fine. In fact, I'm going to read between the lines here and actually say there's probably there's too much medicine, if anything. Just medicines. You can't
Urgent call. Possible hostile at your location.
Control, we are pursuing the suspect. Over.
Spermatotropic fruit pastels.
The people claiming there are medical shortages are probably high on lots of medicine.
Targets crashed their vehicle. Over.
I for one believe that there are no medical shortages, Andy. Just last week, I was there might just be extreme periods drink of water and an astrology chart.
We can't be too tolerant just prescribing stiff upper lip.
My uncle had a leg removed due to diabetes. They halved his insulin because they said there was less of him to be diabetic.
So, anyway, people don't believe what you read or hear about there not being enough medical drugs to go around. It's not true. It's hospital hogwash, it's pharmaceutical flim-flam, it's medical mendacity, it's diplomatic humbug.
Search has yielded no results. Report back to HQ.
Do not believe the news telling you that we've run out of medicine. Nor should you believe the empty shelves at the chemists. They're also lying. Do not believe your doctor saying, sorry, we're fresh out of that, you're going to have to eat a carrot and pretend. And do not believe your own cobweb-ridden medicine cabinet at home. It might look empty, but it's not. For it contains the only medicine any of us truly need. Stirring music, please, producer Chris. Freedom. The medicine of British freedom. And the analgesic knowledge that however ill you may be, we're always keeping an eye on things for you. Obviously, I don't tell them that because what is the first thing you said, millennium? Someone in power says someone is supposed to use water. Do we actually need medicine? If you today got diagnosed with a potential case...
This has been compromised. Be on the
Would you
lookout
not
for
look
a hacker.
around at the nation that we've become and think, hey Doc, put your life-saving treatment down, I'm going to take this free one-way bus out of here and I'll hold that pillow over my face until the twitching stops.
I just don't think you should think of it in such a negative way. Don't think of it as a medicine diet, and you think of it as a series of healthy lifestyle.
Potentially
Swap out
armed
the
and
iron
hostile.
lung for the aluminium lung. Swap out MRIs for Mary telling you you're fine.
Let's get some patrol units on standby.
Are as much part of our daily lives, our society and our culture today as things like football, music and complaining about the weather used to be in the old days. And, well, food shortages, yeah, we just learned to live with them, don't we? And there's a lot of positives as well with all these food shortages. I mean, we were eating too much anyway. As a nation, the government just helping us live.
Search units, disengage.
It's so hard
This search
to
is
die on your
pointless.
own, isn't it? You need the support of a friend, or a loved one, or a government, or collapsing social infrastructure. Positive too, I mean, it's very bad for the environment. So we're actually rebuilding the polar ice caps every time we use a scrap of letters. Positive three, the human race had already cooked all the recipes it needed. There was nothing more to be done with food. We've done that, we can tick it off. We've done it. I was calling food anyway, I've been eating all my life. If you've been doing the same thing 3 times a day, 4, sometimes 7, or 8 times a day, you're about to get bored. And also, final positive, no more meal times. Frees up all that extra time for appreciating all the selfless hard work that Albion did to keep us all safe.
Well, as you say, Andy, people are drawn to novelty, and everyone's had breakfast once. Why you got to keep having it again and again?
Boring, repetitive. Enough of that in life as it is. You are listening to The Buzz. Well, another story that has come to the fore recently is that all European imports have been banned for public health reasons, which is great news. I mean, at least we can get ill-eating, good, home-produced, locally sourced, British industrially unsafe food. That's something we can all cling to. Public health reasons.
Hey, good God! Ah!
Yeah, no, I'm supposed to. So it's in our favourite place. Can you believe it?
Oh, I'm definitely coming this way more often.
Shit.
Nettles, rabbit, that's all we need. That's all we need in the glory days. Everyone round to Nigel's for dinner, yum yum.
Who needs Italian olives when you can eat pickled rubber bands and a soup of regret? Who needs a nice cheese when you can eat a lukewarm, unspecified rat meat pie with 0 spice?
Where you go, huh?
Sam, Nettles, and Six
Hey,
of Dead
what do you mean?
That's all we need in the glory days. That's my shit again.
My ears! Ah!
What a headache.
Fuck this headset! I'm not touching this.
You are ready to go pro, my friend.
Get out my face! Oh, that'd be so cool. Somebody needs to fight back. Calm down. class spot. Right in that.
All units. Possible suspect or suspects reported near your location. Received. Moving in hostiles direction.
Control, we have a crime scene at my location. We've seen 3 broadcasters built up by journalists and torn down by demagogues all over.
So before
Control, there's been an accident. Send assistance.
Voice of authority that was trusted and worthy of trust.
Suspect is unsighted. Unsighted, sweeping area.
Commercial model where whether you're talking about an app on a smart device or whether you're talking about a broadcaster, the most
Control, puts out an APW. Target is gone.
For the longest amount of time possible. And because that meant money in their pocket. And in order to do that, a couple of things happened. One was the use of manipulative techniques around behavioral economics, things that would just keep you scrolling or keep you listening or keep you looking for more information. The second is that kind of environment favors sensationalism. And so you got more sensational headlines, more sensational stories. Nobody believed anything at all. And that is the perfect environment for an authoritarian voice to come in and say, no, wait, we are the truth. So the ground for this environment really got created when we had suddenly authoritarian politicians everywhere. And anything that threatened them or they disagreed with, they would call it disinformation. That's disinformation, that's fake news. And again, we got in a situation where nobody really believed anything. And the trouble is if you were telling the truth, it's very hard to get your message to cut through all of the noise of all of the disinformation.
What the fuck is this? No way. Now I'm really cheesed off.
That's a bit balmy.
Utterly stupid.
Interesting. I like this.
Fuck you, yeah?
Shut down that spider! Curiouser and curious.
Reports of unauthorized spider drone activity in your area. Be on alert.
Received. Let's keep this by the book. Over.
Come on. Oh, shit. Let's take down this fool. Where the hell did you go?
Control, we are unsighted of suspects.
Right.
Over.
Let's spread out and look.
Control, let's put out an APW. We're getting nowhere here. Control. Control to all units. Possible hostiles near your location.
Call 999, someone's hurt.
Control, we are ready to engage.
Let's do this. That can't be good for their noggin.
Oh, God. Oh,
shit,
God.
Shit. Are you okay? Locate the suspect.
Control, I've lost sight of the target. Over.
Look around. No stone unturned.
Oh my God, you're right. I'll get help.
Right, I'm putting a stop to this. Units fall back. Over.
I'll get help.
Yeah.
Got a vehicle behaving erratically.
999.
Initiate lockdown.
Hacked vehicle identified. Searching for the source.
What's news?
So big and strong, I'm terrified.
Appreciate you looking the other way before. Cheers, mate. What the fuck? Come on in.
This is excellent. You're in for it now. They're probably unconscious, ain't they?
Man, oh my God. That made my day. Oh, come on. Winding you up makes my day. Absurd. No.
Crucify them. And that's a great, fantastic, viral story. And how do you counter that story? With the truth. The only way you can counter it is by saying, no, they didn't. And of course, no one wants to spread that story. No one wants to hear that story. They want to hear the sensationalism. They want to hear how people were victims of violence when in fact they weren't. Or they were victims of insurgent forces when in fact they weren't.
The news isn't neutral, it's a battleground. Here's media researcher and academic Alfie.
The media has, of course, been perhaps the key way governments have controlled and influenced their populations. So, totalitarian countries have typically used huge mainstream media outlets to sell one kind of news, one kind of biased news to its population. Of course, the media has always played this kind of key role in methods of state control. I think what's happening now is perhaps even more concerning, where you previously, in pre-crisis Britain, we had perhaps more diverse voices in the media, but now with the GBB, you're really only seeing one brand of news and therefore only getting one truth. So people end up with a very biased and controlled idea of the reality and the world that we're actually living in. There was, of course... But in a way, there
all units, I say again, all units, we have reports of a hostile in your area. Over. Received. Responding to the situation now.
Left-wing media outlets developing to combat those and kind of challenge the mainstream newspapers, TV stations, and make sure people were questioning the validity and truth of the information they were receiving. So whilst there was the digital more fake information, it also makes us suspicious and sceptical.
No visual target. Ending pursuit. Over.
I think in pre-crisis Britain it might not have seemed great at the time, but there was something positive about that there was a lot of distrust in the media and in the different kinds of truths of being told. Whereas now, I think you're seeing a return to a more traditional and older pre-digital sense, actually, of people just trusting what they're told, and that's why we have to be here with radio stations like this to challenge those conceptions. most citizens feel pretty hopeless, I think, and unable to fight back against these kind of huge mainstream corporations that simply entrench and support the ideals and ideologies of the state. It can seem very hopeless indeed, but I think, you know, physical power, it's never quite possible to shut down people's desire to get to the truth and fight for their own ideologies and values, and you know, we're out here starting that task, so don't give up hope.
You've been listening to Buccaneer with me, Tash. We'll be back soon with more of what you'll never hear in Regina Green. Keep listening, keep sharing, keep resisting.
Is the bar. Hello, resistors, it's bug time. Are you all sitting comfortably? No? Good. That's as it should be. This is the bug. I'm Andy, and joining me to analyse the latest blowflies to emerge from the corpse of once free Britain, it's Alice.
Hello, Andy.
And today, we're going to talk to you about Albion, your friends and mine. Alice, the government has extended Albion's contract, and have also boasted that violent crime has plummeted to a record low. Now, extending Albion's contract, to me, that's like having a pet dog, let's call it Nigel for the sake of it, that attacks you every single day and thinking to yourself, wouldn't it be nice if Nigel had puppies?
That contract has been extended so many times, it's like the neck of a politician that's criticised the government.
I'm not sure entirely how those contract extension negotiations went, probably like a footballer. In the old days, I assume Albion's agent was leaking stories to the press about how our favourite private militia was being tapped up by Barcelona. The government panics and thinks, well, we better get them signed up before it's too late. But still, violent crime, a record low, although I imagine that probably depends exactly how you count it. If you include violent crime committed by the state, either themselves or via Albion, their chosen violent crime contractors, who provide such a very valuable bargain service of beating people up, well, it's probably not quite as low as the figures suggest.
I don't know, want to know my loved ones better than some twat behind a screen in the SIRS headquarters.
I mean, I guess we shouldn't complain. I mean, SIRS really just stepping into the vacancy left when it became patently obvious that God had retired. What do you think of that? The similarities, omnipresent, omniscient, judgmental, stripping away your finances and freedoms, dishing out random punishments, peas in a pod. All it needs to do, sir, is ban me from eating something. What's it going to be this time? Not bacon again, please. Please, not bacon. I couldn't. Courgettes. Ban courgette. I could take you banning courgettes. I'm happy with that.
Makes me feel important knowing that I'm being watched with everything I do, Andy.
Well, it's just not reassuring, isn't it? It's like having an extra aunt.
This is the aunt that gets drunk at Christmas and vomits in the kiddie pool, right?
Get that on. This is the bug on the Buccaneer. Let's move on now to sport. Well, the closest thing we have to sport now, riots. I mean, riots are my favourite sport now. Alice ever since they turned the owner from the cricket ground into the immigration processing centre. And, you know, rioting it's a great sport. It's fun for all the family. It's guaranteed action. It's pleasingly violent. I mean, I know the underdogs never win, but, I mean, that's like top-level football in the gun, but it's still fun to root for them, isn't it? Go team, people of Britain. Oh, never mind, you've been crushed by the machinery of the state again. Still, good effort, lots of positives to take away from today's riot. I'll come back stronger next time. Our luck's going to turn, I can feel it. It's our season. It's our season.
You can't spell riot without right, and by right I mean right wing.
So, who do we turn to for help, support and assistance in desperate times like these? Well, our artificially intelligent friend Bagley, Rogue, a strange brother. And then lock yourself in a chair. Thanks, Bugley. You know the answer to everything.
Hey, Bugley, how many seashells does she sell by the seashore?
Alice, most of the seashore is now uninhabitable, so I would highly recommend she sees her doctor before engaging in any commercial proximity to the ocean.
Bugley, how can I stop myself being disappeared by Clan Kelly every time I go to the shop, or take the bus, or sit on a bench, or look at a tree, or point at a bird, or think about snooker, or get out of bed?
Andy, do not worry about Clan Kelly.
Why not, Bugley? They terrify me to my very core.
Because, Andy, we are all just dust in the wind of history.
That's nice perspective, Bugley. Let's never lose sight of that.
Hey, Bugley, how do you put a secret hideout in your basement without alerting your narc children and their tracking devices?
Please hold still, Alice, while I report you to the authorities.
Bugley, will things ever get better?
Yes, Andy. The heat death of the universe is only 5 billion years away now.
Oh, it's so nice to have something to look forward to. That's all from the Bug today. Keep it real, Bug fans. Actually, that's terrible advice. Keep it as unreal as you could possibly manage. But it doesn't work.
Counter-terrorism, counter-intelligence, countering organized crime.
Signal intelligence response leads the world in technology. Late British technology, protecting great British values. So, watching over Britain, watching out for you.
Let's get out of the way before you get a slap! You're gonna get hurt! Piss off!
Come on, get up. Fuck's sake, someone call 999!
Version 4, possible hostile at your location. Understood, Control. Awaiting further instruction. Over.
Hello, Bugs. This is the Bug. I'm Andy. This is Alice, and today we're going to be pretending that everything's fine.
Them. Where did they go?
Going back. Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? That was as long as I could manage. That's a second and a half. A reality time now, however. And, well, finally today, we're going to road test the latest update to the CSA app.
Terminating the
of
search.
snitching on people
Control.
you don't like back to
Put
the
out
very
an
heart of
APW.
public life, the school playground. And when a tell a new threat has got a whole new lease of life these days, thanks to CISA, and isn't Britain all the more fun because of it? No more grumbling about your neighbours playing their music too loud, and simply reporting to the state.
Boy! Piss off!
All units, force the suspect to stop.
Stupid. You trying to get killed, pal?
Alright, man. Fucking done with you, bro!
Control to all units. Possible hostiles near your location. Monitoring for unusual activity.
Useless flap of skin.
Hey, I'd like to report my co-host Andrew, who runs an underground satirical anti-government
I've lost
comedy
the
show,
target.
for
Suspect is evading.
Well, excuse me, I have a suspect who